This is one of the best sentiments of the entire kind of vibe right now, is that it's so cool to be building new stuff right now. And there are so many different cool use cases and examples of this out there. This has got to be one of my favorite. Somebody on Reddit decided that they wanted to connect their home webcams to OpenAI to then be able to ask questions about what's going on in their home. And in this example, they were able to get a response and ask where their Uggs were. This guy integrated a camera stream and created a custom function to pull the camera and respond to a query. He's using GPT-4o model, and it takes about 4 seconds to process the image and issue a response. So the way he built this is he has a server that is connected to his home webcam. When he sends a query to the server, the camera is going to take a picture. That picture is then uploaded to GPT-4o, where it is then able to analyze and understand that image. And then he can basically get an answer from that response. So he takes this image and then he asks, where are my Uggs? And he says, your Ugg boots are on the floor to the right of the door next to the coat rack. And if we zoom in on the image, it's right there. We can see it's right on the, right there, right where it says it. He shares his prompt in the thread here. Act as my smart home manager. A question, command, or statement from the smart home will be provided, and you will truthfully answer using the information provided. And then he's defining a function, and basically this function is going to run every time he submits a query. Someone asks, what are some sample queries you've done with this prompt? He responds, I can control everything in the smart home that I've exposed. I've spec'd a get state and get attributes function that allows OpenAI Assistant to pull the current state and attributes of any device exposed, and to specify multiple entry IDs in a request to minimize the number of concurrent function calls, i.e. get the state of multiple lights with one function call rather than making multiple function calls to sequentially pull each light. By pulling the attributes, you can control other features like the color of the lights, warmth of white, etc. I also have environmental sensors exposed that can tell me more about it. I run a local whisper model that allows me to do TTS, text to speech, on SFME? I don't know what that is. Devices, Pico Voice. I've also set up a shortcut on my iPhone that allows me to use iOS TTS to then send a text request to the Home Assistant. This by far works the best. Seeing this comment right here, can you imagine how cool this would be? Hey home, where did I leave my keys? Well, this just got me thinking, how cool would this be for Airbnb hosts? If a tenant leaves something somewhere, or maybe not. Well, but the use cases of connecting a camera to AI to then be able to do functions, and then on top of that, be able to change aspects of your home through TTS. It's like he built his own Amazon Alexa, but now it's customized and local. Well, I guess not technically local, but customized to him per se. The future is wild. Even though Claude just came out with their latest model, GPT-4o is still blowing people's minds with different use cases on a daily basis. And this is one of the coolest ones that I saved from last week, where someone sent in a prompt that was able to churn out a 10-panel comic book from a one-shot prompt. And the prompt is essentially right here. And it says, instead of an infographic approach, let's take up a comic book approach. In each panel, just say one simple thing and keep going till you have made all of the panels that fully explain the concept in a brief way. You have a total of 10 panels to explain the entire concept. Remember to put a text at the bottom of each panel in a narration box that one sees in explainer comics. Go ahead, pause, take time, and imagine you are an expert at comic books making with 40 years of experience in simplifying scientific concepts to lay persons. And essentially, it creates an outline of a comic book, and then it generates the images of the comic book using the information that it generated in the first run. So we can see that some of the text looks a little wonky, but for a one-shot prompt, this is incredibly impressive. Because this could be something that you basically just download or use, right? Still some errors, but overall, I think this is going to be incredible, especially for using for young kids or for education or for laypersons trying to understand topics that we don't necessarily understand, this could be incredibly useful.